Hello beautiful souls, I'm sorry there's a part 3 to this video because like I said, I'm new to this and I don't really know how to patch work, and I had forgotten to mention something very important in part 2, which is I'm sure a lot of feminines are questioning, we are doing all this inner work, so what are the masculines doing? And is it that they get a free pass and we get to do all the work and they just get the benefit of it? It's nothing like that. They do their own share of work. And yes, like initially I said, when they start awakening, a lot of the inner work happens in their dream state when they're asleep. The purging, etc., starts happening there. The downloads start happening when they're sleeping. But alongside, they do have to go through a lot of things, right? For example, who were the enforcers? Who were the ones who made the rules of society? Since centuries and centuries ago, it's been the masculines. They're the ones who protected the very things now they're having to break out of. So, the masculines are having to go through their own journey, which might be very different from what the woman or the feminine or those with their feminine energies are going through. For them, they have relied solely on their brain, their logic, their rationale for so long. They have completely ignored their intuition and their heart. On the list of priority, emotions and especially love comes way, way, way down. Topmost is always their career, their finances, their commitments, their responsibility, the need to be the warrior, the hero, the savior. Everything else seems to come above love, making time, making effort in the love. So they are having to move from the logic, rational brain into the heart space. The first time having to actually deal with very intense emotions. And it's not that they're not feeling it, they are. And they don't know what to do with it, because those with the feminine energy, we are used to at least articulating, expressing, sharing with and asking for help, or we have found our communities, no matter how small. We have found our communities and we shared, this is what I'm going through, what can I do, or what did you do to help you? And they are realizing, the masculines are beginning to realize, though they have always prided themselves in being so self-reliant, never needing anyone to deal with emotions, now they're having to learn that they do need someone. Not only that, their movement is coming down. They need to learn how to express their emotions, express their love, articulate what they are feeling, speak up for what they believe in, not just conform. They're having to move into the heart space and actually feel emotions. For a lot of them, it's a very new thing. They don't want to. It scares them. Intimacy scares them. And that to an emotional connect of such depth really scares them. They're having to go deeper down into their soul, listen to their intuition and inner guidance, connect with their spirituality which they've cast aside long back. Not only that, in their own selves, they're having to work through a lot of things like addictions. It could be addiction to food, sex with different people, different women, skirt chasers. It could be addiction to money, to fame, to power, actual addictions of alcohol, drugs. They're having to change the way they have looked at the world, all the while what their fathers taught them, their brothers taught them, and they don't really have best friends they can discuss what they are feeling. It will just be perceived as another affair by those around them. And in the spiritual community, all they find mostly are the feminine teachers who do not really speak in a language that could get across to the masculines. Thankfully, there are some wonderful teachers who are themselves masculines, divine males. So yes, the masculines are also getting over a lot of things, one of them being fear. Fear of what? Fear of breaking those very norms, those very parameters, those very rules that for generations they have enforced, protected, and made. They have to get over the fears of intimacy, the fear of having to say no to maybe family members who are dependent on them for some time while they embark on their spiritual journey, their inner work. They have their own dualities to deal with, their own polarities, their own shadows. Things that were acceptable, now suddenly they know is not acceptable even within them. A streak of meanness, aggression, things that they thought violence was the answer. The very foundations all their beliefs are based on are being questioned right now. So it's definitely not easy. Their journey is starting from here down to here. For the feminine, the journey is going upward and completing the circle, accepting her sexuality and making, understanding that it makes her powerful. The woman is in this process of completing the circle. The masculine has to first come down. Then he will complete his circle. And in this whole matter, what is happening is the faith in love. And love itself is somewhere getting drowned out. And all I am trying to do here is bring somewhere the focus of the love, of the actual connection, which is actually the driving force for all this inner work. Because we are on a spiritual path, and Twin Flame is an accelerated spiritual path, but we are on a spiritual path nonetheless. But through my love stories that I narrate, I'm trying to bring back a little bit of that pure love based in romance back into our lives. And I'm leaving you all with a lot of love and light. This is Nikita Bhargav wishing you a very happy new year once again.